ahwɛfoɔ for da biara yɛka hyɛm sɛ nyame soma afo yaw si nyame asoma no aba ɔman Ghana so mbɛyɛ haw nyinaa afiri yɛ so na afei wɔnkyerɛ nyame akyerɛ kwan na ɛnyɛ ɔman Ghana nkwa na ɔmbɛkyerɛ nyame akyerɛ kwan na mmom wiase nyinaa nti ɛna aborɔfo etu kwan firi amononi aburokyire akyire no maba no abɛsua nimdeɛ no ɛwɔ mu sɛ wɔ Koran no mu sɛ nyansa sɛ nimdeɛ epie wɔ China koraa kɔ na kɔsua bi enti ɛnɛ Broni a ofiri Greece etu kwan firi ne Greece tɔn na waba sɛ nimdeɛ a epie wɔ Ghana no obɛsua bi ɛne wobɛbɔ hwɛ na yakɔtie Broni ne nkasa ne sɛmbisa ne deɛ nyame somafo yɛ nso bɛka akyerɛ no na ɛno akyerɛ no wahu sɛ ɛbɛn wo nanso wobu na abofia wobɛyɛ ntam de aka ho na bra na bɛgye ne deɛ. Okay, your name?
My name is George. I am from Greece. I'm in Ghana last 10 days, a year for business, and my fellow colleague Nana asked me to visit and be on the temple with the Prophet. So it's a very good experience from my side. It's a sort of passion, a sort of heart.
Okay, you mentioned Prophet, but he is a messenger of God.
Indeed.
So as the questions goes, you get to understand.
Indeed.
But he really said he's a messenger of God, and the works we all believe he is. So as question goes, you get to explain that to you.
Indeed.
Okay.
Actually, the first question I might have is about the temple that's outside. Okay. So it's something symbolic, or is it something that a vision he had, or what is the meaning behind the temple?
Okay. Nyame soma for your brother say obeso bisa asempa konkon bia no say e nsɛnkyerɛnne bi ana sɛ kasa bi a wotie yɛ na ma wo si temple no then botae na wo temple na echi say si temple.
Yo. Bonsini bra manga samaya about 13 years. Na mo start na matkasa. Da muka san da bombra I'm not reporting yes, kasa number them. I'm not to phone and for me let me. So interesting girl into your was as maybe I don't know this better than normal. And see 2009 na kasa number two there. Jadari yan na pakaya da ana mo so. Emna Rabi ebe ba from them mo wancha. Na ma so bra mo ko school na mo say o school. Mo say obi e wo school a o to do sa to was at all. Nso chance da Maria ayensa ho adwuma. Nsi 2014 na kasa ba dem. Kan mo ko na kisa ya piano. Na won so emi akoko. Na Ghana ha iba ko mpo yiwa asu on ya akoko na bitu. Asu no zeze asu die asu. Nsi mo na mo se asu na sa. The true Australian and the more seminar about Zama, Adam, I must.
Okay. This is from the messenger of God. He said, right from childhood, he's been hearing voices communicating to him. And based on the message he received from that voice, the unknown voice that comes is what he's leading his life with. So at that time when he was even young, he do heal people at school during his school days. When someone is sick, he just lay the hand on the person get the healing. But he don't know actually what is happening. So in the year 2009, the voice then came again that he should stop whatever he's doing and come to do the work for why he is being brought to the earth. The voice continued to say that he is Rabbi, the Most High God. That he is the God of all the gods. He is the creator of the universe and everything. And that it is he who has sent him to do his work. So as the voice came, he began the work by healing people because that is what he knows that he is doing already. But whilst he was doing that in the year 2014, then the voice came again that they should bring together the people of the Christian background and then the Islamic religious background so that they worship he, the Most High God, who was speaking to him. Then that was where he brought them together, and that he gave him a religion that is introduced to the people. And the religion name is Asumdwe Ntontom Som. Literally, we will say peace and exaltation religion. That was a religion given to him to introduce to the people. That nobody living in this nation, Ghana, is worshiping God the right way. So, in order for them to worship God the right way, that is why he has sent him and gave him the religion to be given to the people. So, out of that came the religion, and all that things that he has done is based on the voice he's hearing from the Most High God that he's acting on them. So, your question is about the temple, right?
The temple and why this place? It's remote. It's not. It's not in the cities. It's not in. I mean, we travel an hour and a half. If My simple question is, you want to pass the message, okay? Why in such a remote and not in a busy areas? More ears will hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so, but see, the question is, I think Kronkrombian abisi ha, ana anko piwo krodie no kroni fifi. If we say hana koye kura, odika eba no to pembe 1.5 hour and san oba bedu ha. Na se o pese domanti asema odi abeya. Ade na anko si wo kroni fifi na ekra ha na odi besi.
Yo. Kasa no se we are sitting around the center. In the center of the way.
Center of the world.
It's a honor beyond or of the temple. It's a temple.
He said the voice said, the whole world, if we take it, the continent, all the continent, the world, we map it, the center of it is where the temple is placed. And the voice that came to him asked him to place the holy temple at the center of the world. And so it is the center that he has placed it. That is the reason you see it here,
Okay.
not in the cities.
Okay. Now, in regards to the religion, every religion has a meaning behind it. Okay. What is, if you can give one word of the meaning of the religion, what would that be? Let me be more specific. What would be peace? What would be love? What would be healing? What would that word be? Just one word, if you can do it.
And so I'll say, Osun bia ewo sing with your buy or Tayana, or say, so Ukobetumi man Kasafwa Baku. I be and be children, Osun Nasi. Say a bit of some, if you're some agent a homa or dog, or some nigger a homa, some jay, or some nigger a homa. So between your man Kasafwa Baku or some nini ye and any boot in Nigeria as well. And can be any day set between
Osun Jehoma. Asunju was asidum. Na asimoda hema. Kebena ora tonton. Asimoda so ko ya.
It's simple. He said the religion is basically for peace for us living on earth, then giving you salvation to on the day of judgment. So he can give you the one word for it, but it's for peace for us living, and then after your life here, you have to gain salvation. That is what the religion stands for.
Okay. Now, again, one of the questions is why Ghana?
Okay.
Why Ghanaian? Let's say, no, is that correct? Ghanaian.
Yeah,
Why Ghanaian?
not.
I love history, so let's say we have the Israelites, and then we have the Arabic, and then we have the Greeks, and then we have obviously. Okay, but why Ghana? Why Ghana? Basically, that's it. Why Ghana?
Yeah.
Okay. The young one for us, and you see, I didn't see Ghana. I didn't see Nyami be small, yeah. Here again. Na enye Israel, na enye Arabic, na
What the
Arabia.
kind? Moses, one of Abraham and lie. Talk about Akana Moses. Or has no one short. Maybe Akan. No. Akan. But you about what? Once as Akan. Or you about what? Now Akan. Now, other kind of Yasin. One of them should the kind of Yasin. Send Abraham, brother. Now, I was saying, I would be Elijah from away. They were Elijah home. They were Nazir who they walk. I can't be Elijah from Elijah from Washington. Na mother be. No, I am Nana. Nso so makana wase pii watro. Sense o so no bopo han. Aka na si no bopo han. Sana aka na on no o ye the otopo kasa wo wiase na. Nsase. Na ne bi le. No one so pa bu ma e wi a baka mi mo ase. Sense ne akopon wi o man mi nsa. Oban ye tre. Da o shi ho. Nso ye se do o do so be jina oman da se ne nso so a wɔ saa ɔmana nsɛm mu ebi asefo nyinaa bɛbɔ wurom nsan wɔ ahema ma akɔ ɔda akyɛn sɛ mɔda nso ɔman no Israel a Misraim ɛna ɔyɛ Asiria na me Israel de ɔbɛrɛ yi Misraim yɛkɔ Misraim wɔ Bible mu a ɔne Saudi Arabia abi Asiria so ɔne akana kɔ a dɛm wu asase a ɔkɔ Ghana nti akokɔ so Moses wɔde ɔsom kɔ Israel ɔsom kɔ Misraim wɔde ɔsom kɔ Maka then we also compose from Ghana. Nso ọma trade appeal on international. Isaiah 19 verse 24.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse number 24. In that day, Israel will be one of three with Misri and Assyria, a blessing in the midst of the land, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, Blessed is Misri, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance.
And see, Assyria, yeah, I can't upon, yeah, what Assyria. Yeah, one I can't catch. The one, no, yeah, Domina, what I can't upon. Now, one and conversations, what will do on my upon Ghana.
Okay. Your question, why Ghana? Why Ghanaian? If God is bringing religion to the world, why should it be Ghanaian? Is that not it?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Okay. So, Yamis Mofa, the messenger of God said that Moses came from the lineage of Abraham. So, the relation that he had all talks about Abraham and all issues about Israel. But he, as you see him here, he is coming from the lineage of Akan. And Akan is the first prophet that emerged on this earth after the flood of Noah, aside Abraham, before the coming of Abraham. So this religion that you hear of now was given to Akan. He was doing that, he was practicing this during that time before things changes. So he said, for the reason that why Ghana or why Ghanaian, then it is because Akan first have this religion, and that is the reason he has also come in that lineage. But aside that, the Most High God have chosen three nations. Three nations that he has said he is going to bless these three nations, which is his religion will be established in these three nations. And all other parts of the world, all other body living around the world have to join these nations, their religion, so that the person will get salvation on the day of judgment. That is what the reference was given to us in Isaiah chapter 19, verse 24, of which says that God have chosen Israel, Mizraim, and Assyria. The messenger of God explained by letting us know that for Israel, we know Israel. But for Mizraim, we lack the understanding because it was not properly documented. But when we say Mizraim, that is the land called Saudi Arabia. And it is Mecca that God have chosen, which he took the religion to. Then Assyria, as mentioned as one of the appointed nations of God, that at the time of prophecy, the people who were settling there are the Akans. It is Akan who was settling there with his people before the prophecy came. But they were promised this land called Ghana in West Africa. So Due to this promise, they have migrated from the Assyria as they were previously settling. Then they now come to the promised land. The promised land is Ghana as now. Because God has chosen these three nations, He has sent Moses, of whom He gave the religion to, and He has sent it to the people of Israel. Later, He sent Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him, was also given a religion which he took to the people of Mecca. It is now the turn of the Assyrians. Supposed to have been at Assyria, but because of the prophecy, they have moved to the promised land. And that is the reason they are in Ghana. And if we're looking for the direct lineage, someone who linked directly to the first Akan who emerged after the flood of Noah, then it is he. That is the reason the Most High God has sent him. And it is this time that he has brought the third religion to the third nation, per the explanation here.
Okay, you mentioned Assyria. It is in Mesopotamia, and is ex-country, not anymore. It's Syria anyway. And then you mentioned Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay, and you also mentioning Ghana as a third. However, Moses is a person, let's say, historically, there's no religion, that was like thousands of years ago, right? But Muhammad and the Prophet Muhammad, is something that comes in the history in the 7th century. So that's like thousands of years apart, correct?
Yeah.
Now, how they are interconnected, because in between we have, in Christianity we have Jesus, in Judaism we don't have Jesus. They don't. Jesus is almost nothing. Yeah. So why those thousand years apart? And if that's the case, all the Judaism and Christianity and Muslims, they have specific books and guidance from God. Okay, is it something that does this religion has a specific guidance? So the question is two parts. First of all, is why such a big chronological
time period?
Yes. Okay, and how they are connected, and again, is that the guidance? Is it something that, or is he getting information from the Quran, from Torah, and from the Bible? And if he's getting information from the Bible, that has to be the Old Testament, not the New Testament, right?
Yeah, yeah, some of the Papa George, right?
Yes.
The George Kani, or say, Ukasa Munu, Chire Munu, Ubo Israel, Ubo Saudi Arabia, Mecca. Na on himself Moses, Ubo Nidim. Moses, and also about Prophet Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ubo Prophet Muhammad, Didino. Ɔse wohwɛ nnipa mmienu wei a Moses deɛ nkɔmɔ nim ɛwɔ history mu sɛ ɔyɛ nipa a ɔbɛtena ase a nsɛm ne ɛsie ne so na ɔde ma Israelfoɔ. Na ɔhwɛ mmerɛ a Moses kɔɔyɛ ne time a Prophet Muhammad Nyamhyira no asomdwe nka no ɔno nso pie asase so na mmerɛ a ɛwɔ mu no na ɛmu wa bɛyɛ 700 years.
I think 700 years.
Yes, I see bear 700 near and sana Prophet Muhammad or Baby Diasa say so. Inti Adena say, Pom Shedu or Hana and Yamia Shabobisa, a ribi say better and them and sana Comsheni Eba, and a unsu umbai brew of a soon Yancy and Brenu, a Dawson sana Ebia Eba. And I feel so say of a soul who said Bible no. Ayi Israel for suma a friend Judaism no omo kyerɛkyerɛ no bebree na ɛkasa fa Torah ho ɛyɛ mmara Moses ma wɔn no na wɔn mpo din a yɛfrɛ no Jesus no ɔmo mfa nyɛ adwuma ɔmo nnim saa din no wɔ hɔ na sɛ woma yɛn nneɛma a yɛnhwɛ so anasɛ nsɛm a wodi twe adwen akɔgyina nneɛma so a adɛn na ɛmfiri Torah no ɛmfiri tete nwoma no mu na ɛfiri New Testament na anka Israelfoɔ no deɛ wɔn ɛnka Jesus asɛm ɛna afei nso Arabiafoɔ no deɛ a ɛyɛ Israel na yɛde ma wɔn Nyankopɔn ma wɔn nso nwoma a ɛyɛ ahwɛsodie ma wɔn na saa nwoma no ɛwɔ wɔn hɔ Israelfoɔ nso wɔ nwoma a wɔhwɛ so ɛna Christianfoɔ nso hwɛ Bible no mu de bɔ wɔn bra nti wodeɛ a wodi aba yi ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbisa sɛ nwoma ka ho a yɛbɛba abɛyɛ nhwɛsodie a yɛbɛhwɛ so de abɔ yɛn bra wɔ som no mu anaasɛ dɛn wei na ɔpɛ so. And Mr. Murphy said he has heard you, but he wants to reference us to the Quran so that you get to understand the reason why that vast period of time, then why things are happening this way.
Quran chapter 13, verse number 39. Every term has its book. Allah confirms or abolishes what he pleases. With him is the mother book.
Okay. And see, mother book. On no women 7%, no Moses. No women 5%, or no Kushay. Marking I'm not doing it.
He allowed a piece to be read in the Quran, and that it specified that every time.
And know their children. Know their children. Never say no, but I'll be last man. It's one every time has his book. The more the kind of Bible by, what will be a Quran by. I feel know their children so money to them.
I'm supposed to explain from the piece read in the Quran to us that every term has a book that Allah confirms that. He said that the prophecy says that the messenger of God who will come for the entire world, who will be the Messiah for the entire world, will come in the end of days. And so, as I said, the mother book that is being described in the Quran, it is this mother book that is with the Most High God. Out of this mother book, he took 7% of the knowledge in the mother book and gave it, revealed it to the people of Israel, which they wrote down as guidance, as you said. Then out of this same mother book, he took 5% and that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, of which they wrote it down as a guidance to their religion. The remaining of the books out of the mother book, he has mentioned 7 to the Israel, 5% to the people of Arabia. The remaining is left for him to reveal that to us. But the reason why it is this time is that the prophecy says that a Messiah will come for the entire world. A Messiah will come who will come to save the entire world. And that Messiah will come in the end of days. So that is the reason the Quran said that every term has its book. And so it is he who has come now. The term that is saying that every term has its book, that is the reason the period have stretched that way.
End of this month has
The advent of Messianic era. According to the Talmud 11, the Mother is 12, and the Kabbalistic work, the Zohar 13, the deadline by which the Messiah must appear is 6,000 years from creation. Orthodox and Hasidic Jews believe that the Hebrew calendar dates back to the time of creation, the year 2009 and 2010 of the Gregorian calendar, corresponding to the Hebrew year 5770, and so therefore, the time for the arrival of the Messiah is between the years of 2009 and 2010.
And see, no, I am quite sure the whole. That know the children and say, and then
He explained that the prophecy is there saying that the Messiah who will come for the entire world will come in the end of days. And the research which talks about the end of days was what was read to us, which talks about the books that mention the end of days, the Jewish have looked at it. And that they have predicted that the end of days that Messiah is supposed to come should be between 2009 and 2010. So that was what was read to us. So Nyamisma, or the messenger of God, is saying that it is due to the fact that the prophecy is there waiting for that time, which is the end of days. That end of days is the period that was read to us, and that is the reason he has appeared during that time and not any time closer. Nyamisma, but you be say, embrace them.
oh, me no them and I'm passionate. And that is a dream. Is that I'm putting in washing me. And that's it now for a bosom. When you young upon number. Sassy. And see, is a pre and upon wash here. Only I'm no soon nothing. Abraham, never Ishmael. Ishmael, not why was me. I mean. But maybe do ya what 10 acre yabbas himself. No way I am not so much. Into one nature, I'm not commission. No, so or doesn't know. Sunday, on mine, or your trader maker. Now, I can't afford the on Abbey to cry. No, me, I'm so I can be there. Also, be about tonight, your body waiting. Don't find the master. So I'm going to actually, Sam Michel.
Mr. of God is explaining this. I've asked the question of the period between the coming of all these religions. So he said that had nothing to do with God. God doesn't consider that much. But earlier on, he explained that the promise was made to Abraham. And Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael is the lineage who are the Arabians. Then Isaac is the Israelite. So they are already worshiping God. He said that the Israelites are those that God have used to establish his religion on earth first. So they are those that know how to worship God from the time immemorial. So they are worshiping God for quite a long time. But the Arabians, they were worshiping God though, but along the line they have lost the worship of God and they tend to be worshiping idols. That is the reason later he sent Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing be upon him, to go there and teach them how to worship the Most High God. So that is why that period of time. Already they were worshiping God, but they have turned their ways and they began to worship idols. That is why that period have been there before Prophet Muhammad went there to teach them how to worship God. But the prophecy says that the messenger of God who will be the Messiah for the entire world will come in the end of days. And that is the reason he has come now, because the Akan religion is already there, but it has to resurface itself in the end of days since he is coming to save the entire world.
Okay, fair enough.
That's all what about one. I mean, I can't pronounce it. It's a brother, not a can. Also, we'll be about tonight, your body waiting.
He said the message is there that yes, he has come now, but all those who would have believed in him, supposing he has come to meet them, even though they are dead and gone, but supposing he has come to meet them, they will believe in him. The Most High God said that he will give them salvation on the day of judgment.
Okay. See, now the pen of town, my boy, oh, yeah, 9 billion. No, you know, when I support him, I'll be getting.
He said that is the reason this morning he gave the teaching that those who were dead and gone, right from the time of Noah up to now, who would have believed in him if he has come to meet them, or they meet him whilst giving this teaching, that they've come in spiritual world and he has given them baptism, as it's talking about a 9 billion population. Those that are dead and gone, 9 billion of them have come and they receive baptism. It means that there are those that would believe in him, supposing they've come to meet him.
Let me clarify that 9 billion of people, of dead people.
Yes.
That means he has received spirits and he has helped them to be baptized. Okay. And it's leading to a question that there are hundreds of there are hundreds of languages in the world. Okay. As a messenger of God, do I have, as a believer or God, do I have to understand the local language, or would it be easier for God to give to a messenger the ability to speak the language? So I can understand, if I'm Greek, French, I understand French, and Arabic, the different dialects, Arabic, Chinese, or whatever languages. So is that a barrier for him?
Okay. I'm just one for you. George just say Nyankopɔn ma tumi ma owufo no 9 billion ya wo kan ɔma tumi ma utumi hu wɔn ɛbɔ wɔn asu. Ɛno ɛtwe na adwene kɔ na asɛm bisa so sɛ woyɛ nyame somafo a wodeɛ ne sɛ wobɛba abɛsɛ wiase nyinaa yi na kyerɛ sɛ ewiase nyinaa no so yɛ kasa no dɔɔso kasa ahodoɔ bebree nti ɔbisa sɛ na sɛ saa deɛ a Nyankopɔn wamma wo tumi bi a ɛbɛma wobɛtumi aka kasa ahodoɔ no nyinaa anaasɛ Jesus sɛ ɔno a ɔnte akankasa yi gye sɛ ɔyiri ne ho bɛsua akankasa na ansa na ɔtumi abɛsom Nyame na
The memory, obi abusua akankasa. China you, India you, you, about Suma, Bush akankasa. Let us all about go. No, kasa all back and kind, 2 woman. Ano ko say na Bush. Then we said, kasa back and kind 2 woman. Ano oya the match wabi open Brazil, no more kasa ni na say but say that call different language people. No matter oh here pa no kakra na call no wo no the bush on the bush what be able to share say Arabic about Arab ko na wo ya na what kind Arabic bush Arabic wo na yimpo e betu atran ta ko be no mo tumo kakra na wo na call no na no be bush no ya tin kra
the Son of God is explaining this.
be
He said with the language you have your mother language, your native language, you're living your life with. That there's no problem. But with the prayers or the calls, he said, at this time we call upon the name and it comes to do the work. So the prayers that will help you live life in the religion, if there's problem, the things that you have to say, all those ones you will say them in the local language, which is the Akan language. And that when that time comes, say you are from Greece, you are here, you want to be part of the religion, you can speak your language. But when it comes to the time of prayer, when it comes to the time of calling, you have to use the Akan language. And he said, with that, it is no problem at all. Everybody, no matter what, whether you are Chinese, you are white or whatever, you still have to learn the language so that you will be able to pray. Then he gave reference to the Arabic language, that the Muslims who are not typically Arabic people, are not Arabians, do learn the Arabic language in times of calling or in times of prayer. And that has no problem at all. So the book itself, which will be the guidance for the religion, which is being revealed to him, after writing it all, which is the knowledge that you have to receive, it will be translated into all other languages for other body or other person to be able to understand. But when it comes to the prayer sections, which will help you live life with, you have to say it in Akan. That is the local language.
your call maybe if it's a young coupon, what kind of coupon? I feel so the beer will be there from per year. What kind of Eurazi, 20 now, remember, so, and say, the moment young company, Eurazi, the bush that kind of
So these are some of the core that when you have problem, you have to call those names. They are names of God that will help you. And he mentioned that Nyankupon is an Akan language, and that deals with healing. So if you are sick, there's problem with your body, you want to get healing, you have to mention the name Nyankupon. And that you can't mention it in your language, nor English or any other language. It should come from the Akan language, which is Nyankupon. When you mention Nyankupon 29 times, you're supposed to get fit, you're supposed to get your healing. Then again, if your business is not moving on well, you want your business to go on well, you have to mention the name Irazi. That 29 times, and you see that business begin to move on. Then with this, that is a call. You can't mention it in another language. You have to mention it in the local language because they are piece of words. You will be able to learn them, which is not difficult.
Okay, so I'm assuming that in order to do it, you have to be a believer in order to work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I come from a different religion, a different culture. If I mention 29 times, it won't work, correct? But for you guys as believers, you probably have you have come across different problems in your life, and you have done it. How does it work for you? And now the question is not for for the Messiah, but for you,
Not for
for
us.
individuals.
Okay. Me personally,
Yeah.
it has worked several times. Several times. Healing, 100%. Change in business, 100%.
I'm telling you, Rabbi.
Besides, again now, yeah, we born. So who said, sir, some bisa na come out. No, so who said, yeah, na yet it's hammer. Yeah, share or how we breathe. A dinner would be my year boy, a juma my yana. And then I made friends say, Ampa, me, I hear you, mamma. It's Afrina, maybe man, you are no more mutiti a chance to a disorder, say naturally. Or so more say, Bandy say, or no free proof from me, any, different from ye, or no, when it said, oh, young years, or Bopra, a ye, mamma. But the end night, ye who na ye jiwedino, ya bama ye, mamma, yana. So I'm explaining your question to him that the question is now to us finding out if we have used the names and it has worked for us. Yes, it has worked for us. Nana is here. He should also say it for you to get to know. So Nana, this is what George wants to know.
I'm a living testimony. It's work like magic, but it's not magic. It's the hand of God. You understand? That's the reason why I'm calling you on video call. This is my religion. This is the third temple. This is our Messiah. Everything is working out perfectly.
And to be answered,
Jeremiah chapter 33, verse number 3. Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know.
this is one Bible. They were here, God, pray. Now, and Osman to too much on the day. Now, if I want to walk Israel, no, it's that I did this one. The most me, I'll be a few years to look at it. No, I am putting this in. I'm putting this in, I actually tell you. The crowd can be a one more yet. It will be a little more yet. It will be a little more yet. And she said, it was in a. Say, rather than boy, I am putting this in your grass and 2 million all more business. One or what's upon us. I am putting this in Zina, one young open 2 million on Osaya. They can't not be weird now. They are open that.
So a reference was given to us in the Jeremiah 33.
Verse 3.
That is explaining that it says that you should call on the name of God and he will come to answer you. So he said that yes, this is the era in which we are now. The religion that has come now is based on the call. And that we have prayer and call. The prayer is given to the Israelites and is given to the Arabians. They worship through prayer. But this religion is called. And he said, the Most High God, the creator of all things, he has his names which are 3,000. These 3,000 names of God, all of them and the power that dwells on them. And all of them and the work that they are assigned to do. So if you are sick and you call Erazi, then the Erazi, if you are sick and you call Nyankupon rather, when you call Nyankupon, you will receive healing. He said the Nyankupon, the power that dwells on the name Nyankupon, is the one that does healing. So when you call on that name, it means that you are sick. So that name will come. The power upon the name will come and get you your healing. Then again, if your business is not moving on well and you call on Erazi, that name too is the name of this supreme God we're describing here. And the power that is assigned to take care of that name sees to businesses and life issues. So when you call on him, then he will come to attend to whatever you're looking for. So all these names are name of the Most High God.
Why God will have 3,000 different names? Is that, and one more thing, and okay, let's finish what. Why would be 3,000 names? Is that because we have go reference back to the names? Its name is a different God or its name is the same God?
Adentina, Nyankopon, what dear Baku, no sound 30,000. I need 3,000. And which is almost a Yakupon who I don't say Yakupon Corona.
Or you need to there were Bibian and then a bit more yet. He had a being a combined Papa to Jehovah. I don't know. What a bad I got a young woman. I got a major. I got a man or that won't be. The man cried to say, but I won't want you who is sick no worse than I'm that. Seven. And see, there were Vivian and I do in your lawyer. What you believe? You were young woman at the ship. I don't want my son. I hope I'm a real away. I hope I'm coming in the man.
So he explained that Rabbi is the Most High God. He is the creator of all of them. But he has given these names and assigned powers to take care of it. So when the name is mentioned, then that means that power recognizes that I'm called for my duty. And so that is the reason those 3,000 names are there. But if we get into the scriptures, the Bible, as he mentioned, we could see that there are several names which are being mentioned as God. Said you will see that we have the Jehovah, we have the I am that I am, and other names that have been mentioned as God in the Bible. The same way when you go into the Quran, you see that several names are being mentioned describing God. But we do not know this secret as he is revealing to us that the Most High God is called Rabbi. That is the supreme one is called Rabbi. Then he has given these names of which he has assigned powers to be charged as to discharge their duties per the name. So when you call the name, then the power assigned for that name comes to sit you. But all of them are coming from the Supreme One.
And when you said, I'm going to work a principal, my way. Your pastor was my way. The man, that's the reason I don't come back with her.
So he has given us a typical example of our your physical world, that when you go into your nation, you have the police people, you have the fire people who will be the rescue teams, you have the military ones who are the soldiers, but all of them are serving the same government.
Okay, yeah, but the government changed.
So no, he is describing that.
I understand.
So the government changed. Yeah. So the government the government changed, but with him, the Most High God, he doesn't change. Yeah. But he has this sub duties that are being shared among functions. Yeah, he said the government can change, but the stool, the presidential stool is the same.
Or maybe the scope is one. The aim is one. Okay, I think you were translating in English before, right?
Yes.
If I can recall correctly, you mentioned about something about different heavens. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So can you please give me a breakdown in this, like, because to me, from what I know from history, most limbs of Christians is one heaven. Okay, what is the different level of heavens, and how does it work? I mean, how does it break down?
Yeah, it's over. I say, what say, Patanasi a Yesian deno. What he said, they can say, Osuru, I am come boy, and you will move na officer who said, I then the woman teaching me about the same. After what he said, Christian woman can also about the same.
I'm a cash and then 7% the mother book. Mother book that Rabbi never was. Some kind of women just 7% pay. No one is like we 5%. All the man are ready. It's a key way back from way brand. You know the back. Woman on the back. That's it. Now once again, Rabbi, no, putting or being come more yet. That no prayer. The two are cool now. What matters as a woman. Say to me, baby, dear name, or to the Illa, yeah, and Illa. Now, one on way and be bia, oh, yeah. No, yes, you cry. He said, a two by being at your assassin, or by any man. As though, what is not, oh, yeah, the obey a two. I feel obey a soon. n'ọbọ abọfo. Abịrịbịrị m na ọbọ aheman ọhyɛ ase atọ ọbọ aheman. Na ọbọ ɔsorosoro mu nsɛm no ehyɛn. Na ọbọ ɔsorosoro mu nsɛm no beebie. Ɔno ɔyɛ Bible no mu, ɔyɛ Quran mu. Is that the hand? Ansa na ɔbɔ ɔsorosoro beebie. Ɔsorosoro beebie na ɔwɔ Bible mu, ɔwɔ Quran mu. Na ɔbɔ ɔsoro nsɛm no ehyɛn, ɔwɔ Bible mu, ɔwɔ Quran mu. Nti dɛm na asɛm no si.
He explained to us, he said, as he said earlier on, the mother book, which he said out of it, 7% was given to the people of Israel, 5% was given to the Arabians. The remaining of the percentage of the knowledge is with the Most High God. They don't have it. That is the reason there are certain things he is giving out now which could not be found in the Arabians book nor in the Israelite book. And that the mother book is a book that is lying on the throne of Rabbi, the Most High God, in the highest heavens. He said, this is it. The highest, he said, Rabbi, as he has mentioned, he is the God that existed alone long ago. So one day, he commanded that some group of mightiers should come out of him. So this group came, there are 9. These 9 that came out of him, he named them Eli and Jah, which means Elijah combined, and it means fire and Holy Spirit. Eli and Jah, which means fire and Holy Spirit. Then, at the time that this 9 came, it was there and then that he began to create things. So he created the mightiest, group of mightiest. Then he created group of spirits. Then he created the angels. Then after which, he created the heavens. But earlier on he mentioned that Elijah, who are 9, have come already. So with them, he began the creation. He created the mighty groups. He created the spirit groups. He created the angels groups. Then he created the heavens. He said the heavens, he has created 7 highest heavens. That 7 of them. They are the highest ones. Then again, he created the 12 highest heavens. All these are not in the scriptures as we've been reading because they were not revealed. Then again, he created the 12 heavens. That one, it has been mentioned in the Bible, it has been mentioned in the Quran. Then he created the 7th heavens. All of them are heavens he has created in layers that he mentioned. So all these are knowledge which are not, they don't surface themselves in the knowledge that has come earlier on. But as he has said, it is he who is revealing all this to us.
Abi ọbọ Gabriel kasako na kakabako. Kasin na ọhwẹ heaven highest heaven na ebien mu. Na kakaba so ọhwẹ lower heaven ebien mu. 7 and 12 mu. Nti kakaba yi mata sa akyerɛ ma zɛ kwa asomfo ko wiase na. Na kasin ɔkasa kyerɛ Elijah kumbusen.
He again added that the Most High God have again created 2 groups of Gabriel. There is a bigger group of Gabriel and then a smaller group of Gabriel. The bigger groups of Gabriel are those that take charge of the heavens which are the above ones, the 7th highest and then the 12th highest. Then the smaller Gabriel takes care of the 12th heavens and then the 7th heavens, which is the lower heavens below. So the lower heavens is taking care of the smaller Gabriel. And it is the smaller Gabriel that delivers messages to all the messengers who have been on earth. That is the reason we've not heard about the heavens that existed in the above. But the bigger Gabriel who takes care of the upper layer of the heavens, he only delivers message to the Elijahs when they come onto the earth.
Okay. In the Bible.
So he's giving us reference in the Bible.
Genesis chapter 1, verse number 2. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Verse number 9. Then God said, "Let the waters under heavens be gathered together into one place."
That's how social media. I've never wanted to so.
Verse number 26. Then God said, let us make man in our image.
Okay.
So the reference that was given
And
to
the other
us,
one, I need to lie upon nine, no more in
so he said,
the
the reference that was given to us, he said at the beginning, the place was in a vacuum and the Spirit of God was hovering over it. And said, when you're listening to the readings, he said that let there be light. He said that one was the Most High God Himself that commanded the light and it came. Then later he said that let the earth separate itself from the waters. He said that one, the statement mentioned let. So it means that he is giving instruction to some group of people to do the work. And that one, those he was talking to are the Elijahs. And as he continued to the Genesis, the downwards to 20 downwards, he mentioned that let us, Genesis 1:26. He said, let us create man in our own image. He said, let us. It means that he's not talking as in individual person, but he's talking about some groups that are added to him. He said, these people are the Elijahs that he has mentioned earlier on, the 9 of them that came. It is they that he's referring to as us together with him. And so we realize that he said, anywhere you see the clause or the phrase us or we, then the Most High God is referring to him and the Elijahs.
Quran.
Quran chapter 7, verse number 59. Long ago, we sent forth Noah to his people.
Yes, Elijah told us. We sent.
Okay.
Okay, Abiamraha.
Quran chapter 61, verse number 9. It is he.
The other one. God.
So the reference that was given to us in the Quran at the point where they mentioned we, he said that is the Elijahs who are talking here. But where they said it is he, then they're talking about the Most High God, one God. He is the reference here. So he's giving us all these references, so let us understand that the Elijahs who came together with the Most High God see to the creation of all things that we see.
Okay. It's gonna take me to a question that just popped in my mind. What is the role in the religion for a woman? Because we're only referring to men, but you also referred before that the only one God create the spirits, create the angels, and it goes. So you have a hierarchy, right? So where is the woman in that hierarchy? Because in all religions, God created man and a woman. So what is a woman in that hierarchy?
It's okay. George say, Oba ne gyinabea wɔ som no mu ani dɛn na onim sɛ Nyankopɔn ɛbɔ ne wiase wokaa sɛ ɔbɔ asonsom ɔbɔ abɔfo ɔbɔ atumfo na ɔbɔ ɛna Elijahfoɔ no pii ɔsɛ ne nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ didisoɔ na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhu sɛ ne nyinaa akyi no Nyankopɔn bɔ ɔbaa ne bɛrima nti ɔbaa ne gyinabea wɔ som no mu.
Ɛyɛ mpa asɛsɛm. Ɔsɔ ɔbɔ Adam. Ɛfɛ ɔbɔ ɔbaa. Na ɔka dɔrɔn mu woro wɔn dɛ. Wɔn hyɛ asase mu. Ɔbɛyɛ ama a mbɛbi ntoma mu yi. Nti ɔbɛyɛ bi daa mpa ase ɛfɛ ɔbaa fɛ. Na ɔnyɛ awoɔ no. Nsase. Ɛyɛ nipa a ɛna Nyankopɔn ɔhyɛ ɛto asase. Na ɔbɔ dua no do. Nipa yɛ dɛ aba. Mbɔmɔdze yɛ pa ɔbɛyɛ nyinaa mpɔ ɔbɛyɛ nyinaa wɔ ntoma. Sɛ wɔn ntoma bɛsunsun mba asase no. Wɔyɛ mpa nkasa wɔn yi. Nti ɔbaa no kyerɛ dwumadzi fa apa yi. Eyi nsi sɛ Nyankopɔn ɔdze no ka Adam ho. Ama nyimpa no tuma dɛ ɔdze no aba.
Okay. So the role of a woman, God's intention was that it says that in the beginning, He is in to reveal to us the exact location of the air that will fall around us. He is in to tell us this. So by revealing this, these are the big issues that when He gives out, you realize that it's bigger than even the formal knowledges that we have. So if we take small portion of His book or his knowledge that he will give, you see that it's almost half explanation to the Bible or the size of the Bible.
Okay. I said I can have a lot of questions. I'm gonna have the last one. Okay, the last one. You mentioned that he's writing the book, right? So that means he has no guidance from a spirit or any of the 3,000 words.
The names of God.
Yes.
that he has made.
So there's no guidance on that aspect. Is that a human, let's say, function of his, or is he getting a guidance? Upper level guidance, let's say.
Okay. Nyame so afa ɔse wo na wotwerɛ mo ma no ɔbɛ so ohun sɛ obi kasa bi na wote na wode twerɛ anaasɛ nipa nimdeɛ na wode twerɛ mo ma no.
Mene bɛ Bible mu. Mam. John 5:30.
We would like to give reference. Okay, so let him give us the reference and I will explain that.
John chapter 5, verse number 30. I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is righteous.
I don't see. As I'm a bear, I must see.
Okay.
I'm a country, but I'm here 13 years. I'm a start, I'm not a casa.
He listens and he writes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, say it in English.
Is it whatever he listens, that is what he writes. So as you said, there is an upper sort of voice that comes to him, and that is what he puts down. So he said earlier on that he mentioned earlier on that at the age of 13 he begins to hear the communication from the Most High. So this voice is what is communicating to him of which he's writing.
And it's the bus I see. A casa, the man to the key. But the man on the other missing one. Remember, a casa, but a million and me and not get the money small. Never my mother 1 year, I'm the master. That one a casa number there. I don't go to my hair. Not my hair. Go to my bar 3 times. But the dance I don't want to go. The damn that I've been with up or 1 hour. Okay, and this is some ground. Or 1 time, and some of my Abi bida ya no so na bo yawon wo se ba ne na ko radio so akasa ko so ko gusa nti mo so mo se me no kwa mo ko ba na se radio ko gusa bra wo zin ni ana ho na mo tare wona kasa ba ka chi mo re ya ko fun so
He said to further explain for you to understand. He said the voice that he's been hearing, he started hearing it from age 13. So he has heard so many things, but he never questioned the voice. Anytime it comes to him, he never questioned. But when the voice came that he should stop whatever he's doing and go to do the reason why he's being brought onto the earth, he did not come. For 1 year, he was still at his workplace. Then the voice came again asking him, can you do the work I've assigned you to do? And he said yes. He asked him 3 times. Then he replied yes. So that was where he began to question the voice now. So he asked him, who are you? Talking to me from childhood. And the voice said, I am the Holy Spirit. I was with you even in the belly of your mother before you were given birth to. So I am the Holy Spirit. Then he has now gained the courage to question the voice anytime. So he began to move out to spread the good news to the people. So he's been visiting television stations, radio stations to talk. And one time he was going and he knew the presenter would definitely ask him, who is he? So he asked the voice, and when I go and they ask me, who am I, what should I say? The voice told him that he should tell them that he is the messenger of God. And so that is how come the name Nyami Sumafo Yao. Nyami Sumafo Yao. Literally, we will say messenger of God Yao.
nti apa temple mu ehwe kwa ya time.
Okay, so he said he will enlighten your knowledge on the holy temple. The temple that you outside.
Since now, third temple over. First temple, no woman. Second temple, oh, you listen, a temple of Solomon. And see, temple region, and I'm going to small. You see, or soon now, what a man, who's saying, mother or the bad, did some. Temple, you did some. The man of Solomon, so could you guys know? This is the way Shabba is already digital. The moment Ian and Abaya, the biggest. I'm not wasn't here one of us yet. Israel no yɛ bɔne pɛkyɛ, but yi ɔyɛ number 7. Woyɛre a ɛkɔ ɔpɛ basafoɔ. Egyina hɔ a ɛkɛyɛ ho atontom ama nansafoɔ. Ɔbaa nhia ba baabi bi. Pɛɛzie no yɛ bɔne pɛkyɛ. Ɛbɛyɛ hyi no wɔ ha. 18th August. Pɛɛzie no yɛ bɔne pɛkyɛ yawda. Adesina ɔyɛ ayɛnsa. Adesina ɔyɛ ɔbaa a ɔrehwɛ ba. Adesina bi a ɔyɛ obi business a ɔnkɔ so. Adesina bi a ɔyɛ tumidzi. Obi twa ahemfi bi a adesina bi ɔyɛ mpuntu. Adesina bi ɔyɛ kumidzi. Number 7. Na number 6 na nyimpa nyame de ma nyimpa na nyimpa bɔbɔ wɔ wiase. Nsa wo da dɛm na me ba yɛ kɔ ofu a. Wo wiase a yɛsɛ bi hu. Dɛm na me nyinaa wɔ temple ho. Ekɔ Arabia bi wɔ hɔ, Israel bi wɔ hɔ, but wɔn nyi temple no ho. Yɛwɔ places bi a wɔ, but ho bo yim. Israel Arabia wɔ yim just straight there. That Kaaba na Araba na ɔyɛ nyina wɔ yim ne. Israel wɔyɛ battle. Hero, Mountain Olive, ɛna Gilgal. Sɛ woka the temple sɔrɔ wɔn wɔn nipa. Me na me yi mo kɔ hɔ a mɔtuma kyerɛkyerɛ wɔn nyinaa. Na ebi biara wɔ bɛn mɔtuma kyerɛ wɔn. Yɛwɔ bepɔ bi wɔ Israel Arabia wɔ yim a nti wɔn si hospital dɛ. Woyɛ a wodan kɔ bepɔ no bɔ mpa bi na woyɛ no kɔ. That means straight na ɔkùnrin okuru wɔsan yɛn. Na wɔn asan kɔ ne wɔn kiri o. Dɛmaa na ɛkɔ Israel a wɔso wɔ yim. Bepɔ wɔ Israel a nso abɔkùnrin okuru wɔso wɔsan yɛn. Woyɛ a adi ɛbɔkɔ hɔ anaa bɛgyɛ dwa atan wɔn yɛ ahwɛ hɔ. Bɔ mpa bɛ wɔn na wɔyɛ no kɔ. Bɛde wɔn wɔ yim. Na wɔn abɛda ha dze wɔdze nyinaa bɛhyɛ mu 1 ayɛ ne nyinaa 1. Nti dafo biara wɔyɛ adwuma yɛ. Dafo biara wɔyɛ adwuma yɛ. Dafo biara wɔyɛ adwuma yɛ. The third temple na ɔntum nkɔ baabi biara. Israel kɔ ama obi. Arabia ama obi. Nti third one ɔrɔba Ghana.
He's giving us speaking about why the Holy Temple. He said, the Holy Temple, as he has said, God has chosen, he has appointed 3 nations, of which he gave them the religion. And every religion has a temple that dwells on it, which symbolizes the religion. So the first temple that came on earth is the Kaaba. And that was what is dwelling on the Dini Islam religion, which is at Mecca. It is the Holy Temple Kaaba that is dwelling upon that. That symbolizes the religion. The Judaism too has a temple, which is the Temple of Solomon. Now that he has explained that there is another religion to come to fit into the 3 nations, it means that that third religion must also have a temple. That comes the Holy Temple. But he said the Holy Temple has so many things to do to humanity. But with this Holy Temple, it has all 7 things at one place. That as human, God has given you 6 things for you to live life with, adding to 1 which is forgiveness of sin. He said that is in the temple when you come around the Holy Temple. For that reason, this Holy Temple, our festival is in 18th of August. We have 7 days to have the festival, each day and what you will receive. The first day is forgiveness of sin. The second day, when you go around it, whatever form of sickness that you're going through, when you go around it, you have to get your healing before you leave the place. Then the third day is anyone who is looking for childbirth or bearing of child. You come around it, you will get 1. Then the third day is for
Business.
That one is for success or for business. Whatever you're doing, you want to see yourself moving, progress in life, you come around it, you receive it. Then when you come around it again, the 4th day we have what we call the success in life. You have to get it. Then the 5th day we have power. That one, whatever position you want to place yourself in, say community or in say the area where workplace, whatever position you want to get, which is higher, which is power, then it means you have to get the power before you can get to that level. And that when you come around the Holy Temple, you receive it. Then again, when you come around the Holy Temple, you receive what is called victor or victory. Then you get progress in life, success or progress. Whatever you do, you must see yourself moving. If you set a business, we see $1,000. In some time to come, you have to see yourself expanding it to say 2,000 or 3,000. That is success. So that all comes when you go around the Holy Temple. Then at it all, you have to gain victory. That is the 7th day. when we go around the Holy Temple, you gain victory. He said this victory is something that God has put down for humanity, which makes you victor over whatever competition you see yourself. When you get that as a spiritual victor, then whatever you do in life, you see yourself becoming victorious in it. So all these seven things are with the Holy Temple. And this makes this third temple bigger than the previous ones. So the previous one, the one that came in Arabia, which is the Kaaba, it has the forgiveness of sins when you go around the Holy Temple. But the six things we have mentioned that human beings need to live life with is placed in different locations in Arabia, of which he knew of them. But the Arabians themselves knew only two of them, adding to the Holy Temple to make it three. So they know of the mountain Alpha, and then they know about the Mina. So the Alpha is for prosperity in life, and then Mina as a mountain is for victory or being victorious. That is the three things that they know over there. So when you go to the Kaaba, you still travel to where the Alpha mountain is, you still travel to where Mina is before you get all these things. And when you come to Israel too, the six things adding forgiveness of sin, which is in the temple to it, becoming seven, existed there. But the Israelites themselves knew only five of them in addition to the temple. Okay. So they knew four, and then the temple is added to it, making five. We talk about Mountain Gilgal, or a place called Gilgal. When they go there, that is for kinship, or that is for power. Then they go to Bethel for being victor or victorious. Then when you need childbearing, you go to the place called Shiloh to pray. Then when you get to Mountain Olive, that is to say prosperity in life. So these are the things that the Israelites knew. But he's saying that there are other places within the Arabians set up, and then the Israelites set up, which is for healing. He said that one, the heavenly populace that God has discharged to stay there, only heal people. And yet they do not know. But if they know, they will not even build that hospital, because when you are sick, you only tend to face where that location is, and you pray and you get your healing. Or you go to the location, you pray and you get your healing. But they don't know that is divine revelation of which he knew of them, but they don't know. But all these six things adding to the forgiveness which is in the temple is placed at one location in the third temple which you've seen here. So this makes this temple bigger and mightier than the former one.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse number 2. Now it shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. Verse number 4. He shall judge between the nations and rebuke many people. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
I think I understand that. Basically, meaning is peace. Basically,
Peace to the world.
Yeah, peace to the world. There will be no wars after that. And that's a good spirit. That's a good meaning. That's the meaning of humanity. That the way should have been from the beginning.
So there's no need I go further, but he just gave reference that these are the reason, or this is the reason why the temple has come. That it is this temple based on this that will have all this peace in the entire world. And that is why the temple has come, and of which you already understand that. Gradually you see that you're able to comprehend. It means that when you are part of the religion, you believe in him, it will not take you long, you'll be able to recite. He said this religion is going to travel across the entire world. Many of the whites will come to it because the scripture mentioned that the entire world, people from different backgrounds will come into the religion to learn, as we're doing today. So it's traveling across the entire world, not only this place.
I can generate questions,
Okay.
as I said before.
Evidence.
Okay.
Obviously,
So-
I'm at the time of the whole day.
Okay. So the messenger of God is saying that for time reason we have to end here. Then at any other time you feel like coming, come around, and he is ready to.
I'm leaving unfortunately, I'm leaving tomorrow. If everything goes all right, I'm planning a trip back in 3 months. 3 to 6 months, I don't know. Depends on
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay. So he said we'll be waiting for you when you come. Whatever time you come, he's ready to.
Yes.
So we.
that I will bring.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a simple guy. Okay. Very happy to have business in Ghana, and because I care about Nana. I know him for a lot of years. He's a beautiful soul, beautiful guy. It happened for me to be here, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. He also does it. Okay. So he said okay. And that's it. Kali asked me to ask you if you are tying something. How do you tie?
Depends. I go that way, and I go that way too. It depends on the issue. Like if I use my right or left hand, or if the way has been structured from before, and if it's like, let's say you want to tie something, as you said, if it has been structured from before that way, you cannot go opposite. You have to go that way. If it has been structured from before that way, you have to go with that. No, what's the word now? I don't know in English.
Clockwise and clockwise.
Yeah, but it's a physic term they use. What's the no, it's you have to go with the same, not say with the same. The sun has a rotation. Without rotation, you go. Yeah.
So he explained that when the way we're going, the way you see, it means that we're losing whatever demonic bindings or bonds that you've been put in, bondages that we've been put in, spiritual attacks. The way we're going means you're losing yourself from it. So that's the reason we're going this way.
So it has nothing to do with time. Has nothing to do with the sun. Has nothing to do with.
These are questions you will ask.
20 hours in the
So your next coming, you have to wake your day. From on Sunday, you have to come in an ordinary day. That's